Hello everybody, I'm Toby Loxton of TFL Creative Media and welcome to another TFL vlog. A slightly different TFL vlog than usual, as I am coming to you through audio and picture format this time, as opposed to the usual pieces to camera and footage which these vlogs are better known for. But considering the subject matter that I'm going to be talking about today, I think that this format is quite appropriate, as yeah, I've got some explaining to do, haven't I? As this is the first video on the TFL Creative Media YouTube channel that I have uploaded for literally 7 months. As 7 months ago, the last video I uploaded to this channel was my 2020 Filmmaker Showreel. But now I think it's about time that I should explain to you where I have been and what I have been doing. And I'm going to do my very best to stick to the facts because I know I have a tendency to ramble, and quite frankly there's a bit to cover, and like previous TFL vlogs, this is going to be unscripted and informal just to keep things simple. So now here is a full timeline of what I've been up to since January 2020 to August 2020. So January 2020 started optimistically enough, mainly because it started out with a terrific season opener in the form of Spyfall Part 1 for Season 12 of Doctor Who. Aside from that though, I had actually started work on the pre-production for a brand new short film that I had written at the back end of 2019. The short is called Circle of Possibilities, and at the back end of the month, I was starting to assemble the crew and cast for this film with an aim of production, as in shooting the actual film, in the kind of the middle of June and August 2020. So basically an aim for shooting in summer of 2020. The first person I went to at the back end of 2019 to recruit as part of the crew was Joel Tucker, an old mate of mine from college who has done the cinematography for Primeval Young Blood, and he's one of the best cinematographers that I know personally. As Circle of Possibilities is going to be the most visual short film I've ever done so far, I definitely needed Joel's guidance and assistance when it came to the cinematography because the visuals are still going to sell this particular short film. Me and Joel met up in Bognor Regis for a coffee, we went over the script, set ourselves some mini tasks and deadlines for the next following months, and Joel Tucker was there and then recruited as the first official crew member for Circle of Possibilities. Also at the back end of January, I received an email from David Parker, one of my associates at Carousel, telling me about an opportunity to make an audio commission for the BBC. We went for an initial meeting, we talked about developing the idea, and then we sent off the idea to the BBC with hopes that they will give me the opportunity to further develop this idea. And finally, on January 31st, 2020, I met up with Harry Walters at the Depot Cinema in Lewis. We went over the script for Circle of Possibilities, and there and then, Harry Walters decided and accepted my offer to be the director of Circle of Possibilities. So the crew was really coming together, and not too long after that, Benedict Webb also signed on to the project as the producer. We now move on to February 2020, and okay kids, this is where things get complicated. As in between going out with friends and other hobbies there and there, I was really starting to get into our latest production at university with a short film to be made as part of our short drama module. The short film is called Why Can't I Remember? And aside from that, the other thing I can tell you about this project is that I went on from being the sound engineer at the beginning and then becoming the head of the art department, and work commenced on that project, getting sets ready, organising other things, auditioning actors, such and so on, throughout February. But I will come back to this project later on, so bear that in mind. Despite the fact that I was well into my second semester of my second year of university at that point, preparation for my third year of university and my dissertation film was now starting to begin, as on the 13th of February, I gathered a trio of autistic women and brought them together to talk about my dissertation film. I cannot tell you any more else about that project, not even the title of the short film, but what I can tell you is that those group of women came together as my focus group for the project, as it is something about autism, but it's mainly about autistic women. And as time goes on, I will hopefully be able to reveal to you more details about this project when the time is right. And now we come to the very busy week of the 24th of February to the 1st of March. That idea that me and David Parker submitted to the BBC as part of their new creators program was actually good enough to catch their attention, and they invited us both down to a development day in London on Monday the 24th, and it was such a productive day. We picked up a load of great hints and tips about making audio. We met some very interesting and very awesome other creative people who are also part of the new creators program. But most of all, we got a really great one-to-one with Joe Nolan, associate producer with Screen South, and who's actually been instrumental to helping us get to the point that we were at that point, developing this idea, and I cannot thank her enough for everything that she did right up until that point, and what she's actually done since. Yeah, that day went very well. So from the 25th to the 28th of that week, I participated in the making of a third-year dissertation film, and the film was called Nothing to Lose. I was on wardrobe for that particular production. The director Maeve Coffey was awesome. I also met some really awesome other filmmakers like Charlie Greenwood, and the cast of that short was absolutely amazing. We got along so well, and I cannot wait to work with more of them in the future and to see the end result of this short film, because I really did have a great time. Everyone involved was so awesome. They did so well, and they clearly enjoyed doing what they were doing. So yeah, that was a good time. Very much worth it in the end. And finally, I capped off that amazing week on Saturday the 29th by attending London Film and Comic Con Spring once again. And as you can see, I'm blurred out in these images, and the reason for that is because I'm wearing a cosplay that is going to be involved in an upcoming TFL Creative Media project, and I very much like to keep the cosplay as a bit of a surprise for when that film gets into more development. So I'm going to let that be a bit of a mystery for now, but keep that in mind for the future, as that's another script that's been made and was in development before something occurred later on in March. Oh dear. I was dreading this bit. So the back end of February and the beginning part of March went relatively well, to be fair. Myself and Eleanor Ree did a presentation for Interfilm at the Fabrica in Brighton, which was all about representation when it comes to people with special needs in the media industry. I contributed to baking cakes for a cake sale to raise money for the budget of our short drama short film, Why Can't I Remember? Development for that project had actually gone quite well, despite some drama here and there, but we were well and truly on track for shooting towards the end of March. And here is the point where everything that I just talked about just grinded to a halt. And I bet you know the reason why that was. So thanks to the UK going into lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic, I had to get out of university as quickly as I could, so I had to have a rather undisputed farewell and basically move out from my uni accommodations. It was okay, I was going to move out anyway, but it was quite rushed and quite abrupt, so yeah, that period of my life at university just ended rather, well, unexpected way, so I went home. However, there was some good news to come out of all of this, and that good news came straight from the BBC regarding my idea for this audio commission. They believed that my idea for this commission was so well thought out that I didn't need a follow-up interview after the development day, but then, not too long after I left university and moved back home during lockdown, I got an email from the BBC telling me that my piece has been accepted for the new creators program, and I was absolutely thrilled, and so was my family. And development for that work actually did continue during the next few months, but we had to do it all on Zoom, and there was a lot of remote work that had to be done. And there was other work that I was contributing to Carousel, like videos and preparation for the upcoming Oscar Bite Film Festival. Because you see, after the Oscar Bright Film Festival last year, there were plans in place like they did every single year to take a load of these films from the Oscar Bright Film Festival and take them on tour to other film festivals around the country, or just to take the Oscar Bright Film Festival to other places in the country and actually potentially even the world with certain films that were shown at the festival. But because of lockdown, they couldn't do that. So what they did is devised Oscar Bite, an online film festival which showcased a select few of films and interviews and other things from the previous Oscar Bright Film Festival so that it can be accessible for everyone to view even whilst they are stuck at home. And there was a lot of preparation and a lot of other things, including like doing pieces to camera, having meetings that I contributed to making sure that our part with the Young Oscar Bright team for Oscar Bright came to fruition, and it all turned out pretty well, actually, to be fair. But I was also prepping for something else, and that is moving into a new flat. I officially moved in all of my stuff on the 30th of June, and then I stayed a couple of nights after that to get used to things. But the point is now we are officially moved in to a new flat of our own for the next year of university. When I say we, I mean Yasmin Wilson and myself, and another flatmate called Laura, who will probably be shown in other vlogs in the future. Coming into July 2020, I was actually starting to further develop with the BBC Commission with an aim to shooting on the 26th and the 28th. At the time of recording this vlog, we are yet to actually start recording the BBC Commission, but if all goes well, some photos from the first day of production should be popping up right now, and hopefully, speaking in the present tense here, it will all go well, and we can start post-production in August time. Also on that front, a couple of new opportunities for more film work have presented themselves during this time in July, with potential production dates to happen in August, including a music video for a music single that my friend Charlotte French has recorded and made, and here probably is a photo of me listening to that song for the first time. Oh, look at the reaction on my face. Also during that time, I managed to find myself a job, surprisingly, considering the whole COVID situation. But nevertheless, I did manage to find myself a job at Willovers in Burgess Hill, and we are able to do it in relative safety, which is very good, and the pay is actually not too bad either. And it's also worth noting that at the time of recording this vlog, I am still working at Willovers, but I plan to stop working for them at the end of July, but I am keeping things flexible on that end. Oh, BTW, for those wondering about that short film that we're making for university, don't worry, that is still going to be made, but what we're going to do is that we're going to make it at the beginning of September. The last bit of second year work before we officially start our third year at the end of September. I'm glad that's all starting to occur because it recently occurred to me at the middle of lockdown, I think, that this year, 2020, but more specifically later on in the year, in December 2020, will mark the 5th anniversary of TFL Creative Media. Aside from all of those other productions that are either going to be made on the go or have yet to actually begin, then yeah, I am going to try and make as many of those as I possible to contribute to celebrating the 5th anniversary year of TFL Creative Media. There were a load of stuff that I did plan to do, but didn't come to fruition, but hopefully August will be a great time to do that. Plus, there's also a bunch of other little editorials and other videos that I have made during the course of lockdown, and hopefully, as the year progresses towards December, you will see all of that before we actually make a proper video here, which is, I'm not going to say what the content of that video is going to be, but it is going to be something to officially celebrate and look back on the last 5 years of TFL Creative Media and my time as a filmmaker. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is where I've been. That is what I've been doing between the 1st of January 2020 and the 1st of August 2020. I'm hoping that answers all of your questions, and I also hope it gives you optimism for more content to come out on TFL Creative Media for what remains of 2020, because it has certainly given me optimism, and I cannot wait for you to see more work that will come up in the near future, and I cannot wait to actually make it. Oh, one more thing before I go. A load of those things that I've just recapped with you, a lot of that stuff has actually already been made public. But not on the YouTube channel, obviously. It's actually been on the social media outlets of TFL Creative Media, specifically the Facebook page and the Instagram page. And if you haven't already, I severely urge you to go and check it out, because if I'm not making any videos, that is where you will find more TFL Creative Media content. The photography side of TFL Creative Media is on there, any updates on any short films, behind the scenes stuff, it can all be found on both the Instagram page and the Facebook page respectively of TFL Creative Media. So it's very important, and I think that if you want to know more about what's going on, then look there. Like I said, I hope that this video answers all your queries about what I've been doing and where I've been. Thank you for getting through this vlog with the unconventional format, and thank you very much for your time and your patience, and I hope to not let you down when it comes to more content from TFL Creative Media in the near future. In the meantime, you can show your love and appreciation for the channel by leaving a comment, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, checking out more videos, sharing it with your friends, because it really does help me along, and of course, it does appease that almighty YouTube algorithm. Anyway, thank you very much again, and I'll see you all in whatever video comes up next on TFL Creative Media.